Back with another episode of the Fame Game with myself and Rozanne. And your guest today on the show is a barista, brews beautiful coffee, orgasmic flavors and orgasmic coffee. He's an architect, builds buildings, but not anymore. Fights with the clients, so we just ditched him. He's an actor, but above all that, he is the father of gelato and underparlor.
Only you can come up with introductions like that. Welcome on our show, Ashan.
Ashan Dias.
Thanks for having me, you guys.
The last time I insulted you, today I'm not.
Well, we shall see. I don't trust you.
I promise you.
Let's start with regrets. First of all, any regrets in life?
Oh yeah. I mean,
Professionally and personally both.
Professionally, I think a regret would be, I don't pursue architecture anymore. So I spent the good part of my 20s, at least 10 years, doing architecture. So I do regret that time. Maybe if I'd realized earlier, and obviously we didn't have the option of studying further in acting and even building a career in acting in Sri Lanka. I didn't think it was possible. But if I'd made that choice before, or maybe gone overseas to study acting, then I would have saved 10 years of my life. So that's a regret I have studying architecture. Because what's the point of being called an architect if I'm not doing it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Personally, I do have regrets, like everyone does, I suppose. Starting off, mara serious regrets
So
in the
come
sense like
with
I've hurt
that.
people. Yeah, I've hurt people that I wish I didn't. Let's leave it there.
Films wise, like I didn't choose this role and I wish I did that.
No, I don't regret decisions I've made. I sometimes I wish some of the choices that I made, the people involved in it, were more serious and sought perfection a little bit more. That you realize only after the project, right? So, but when I get into the project, I have my reasons, so I don't regret those.
See, Ashan, you live in Thalapathigoda, Holland.
Close to Thalapathigoda, yeah.
Yeah. So like it's a bit beyond, by the way. So no. My point, Ashan, is if you had pursued architecture, seriously, you'd be minting money. Okay, not quite as an actor because
Yeah.
you know that actors are rather bad, poorly paid comparatively.
Correct.
And you'd have been in a much better place in life, some very fancy apartment somewhere.
Possible.
That. So, any regrets there?
No. See, this is the thing. When I was in Australia, I had a comfortable life. And but then the decision I made was based on, am I truly happy kind of thing. And I was getting older.
Are you content?
Yeah,
That was the main
right?
thing.
So money, apartments, cars, being in a profession that, architecture I thought would be this creative, beautiful profession where you can chill out and design a house once a year. But that's not the case. In reality, that is also part of the rat race. You have to have 10 projects concurrently
Please the
running.
client.
And you didn't like your clients changing your designs also.
I mean,
You told me that.
well, yeah,
time
so I think attitude problems also. And plus, you have to have at least 10 projects. To keep an office running, you have to have like 10 projects. So it's not the dream kind of thing. So I decided that whatever I do needs to make me happy, regardless of whether I get paid for it or not. So that's where I'm at right now.
Rozanne has this casting couch question. Does it apply to males also in Sri Lanka?
No, does it exist in Sri Lanka to an extent that we cannot handle?
The casting couch, yeah, it exists. For males, not in the acting industry, I don't think. I'm sure it exists here and there, but for females, it's obviously there.
But a lot of people, a lot of actors and actresses, they're not even aware of such a thing.
There are so many things, Rozanne, in life, in society that we are unaware of, that we don't see because that's not how we were brought up. That's not the society we lived in. Like me moving to Colombo, I saw lots of things that I only saw in movies. And I'm like, what, that actually happens in Colombo?
Really?
Yeah, man. Yeah, if you're not open to that side of it, when you stumble upon it, you're like, no way, this happens in our society, that kind of thing. So for males, the casting couch thing, I think exists mostly in the modeling.
Fashion industry.
In the fashion industry because...
I agree.
yeah. And also you talk about sugar daddies and being kept and all that. We only assume it's for women. No. A lot of people, you don't make...
Sugar mummies.
Yeah, or daddies. Or daddies, even for males. in the acting industry or the modeling or the fashion industry, you don't get paid enough to live the lifestyle that you live.
Yeah, to live up to that expectation
Yeah.
of an actor or
Have
actress.
Correct.
you been approached by a sugar daddy or a sugar mommy?
No, man, unfortunately not.
You would have accepted?
Ayyo, Ashan. I thought you would have.
No, man, like all the offers I get are not involving money, so not worth it.
Yeah, we discussed one person, but that was not worth it.
Yeah.
No
not,
names.
No, not worth it. No.
But the attraction that you get, the fan base that you have, males more or females more?
Very interesting question. I have both, right? But with females,
It's genuine.
it's at a distance.
Yes.
Like, so there's a way you carry yourself, right, in public.
Yeah.
And there are people who are open to advances from people and people who are not. So with females, they have a respectful distance. With males, it's different. They're more open, you know what I mean? So they would just hit on me blatantly, and I'm like, sorry, dude, I'm not. I
That
respect you.
way,
I
yeah.
respect your choices, and I'm flattered, but I don't play for that team kind of thing.
What if they get you drunk?
Still no. I mean,
If they spike your drink.
okay. First of all, Kumar, getting drunk is the worst thing for both.
Yeah.
Maybe male or female.
Not
that's-
drunk, that person is not drunk.
The mind is willing, the body is not when you're drunk. See? So that doesn't work. See what I mean?
You got experience.
Enter.
So how you know
You should
this?
put a sound effect there.
How do you know
Schwank, schwank, schwank. Yeah.
So have you ever rejected a role because of the female lead or because of a co-star?
Yeah.
You have.
Yeah. So it's not as
So who won?
serious.
She won or you won?
Huh?
Who won? She won or you won?
No, it's like
He
this.
rejected the role
Yeah, I would
entirely.
reject
But they-
roles
did they
based
sacrifice
on
her to get you?
it. Not just a she, right? So you look at the director. Do you want to work with the director? You look at the script. You look at the role. Is it something you want to do? And then you look at the cast that they pick.
So you tick all those boxes, but this is the cast.
Yeah, if the cast is not the level that I want to work with, then I know the director is maybe A, not serious about it, or B, is just getting people just because of their fame. And so I don't want to be acting
Or
in a
maybe
scene.
another favor?
Or a favor.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then I don't want to be in a scene with somebody who's not on the same level or somebody who's not as serious as I am. And then that brings my performance down, and I don't want to be part of a project like that. So I
So
have
you look
rejected.
at the quality of the production in
You
time.
can't pick your female lead. It's the
I mean, if a producer comes up to me and says, I'm doing this film, you're the lead, who do you want as your co-star? Then I can.
Yeah, but does it happen all the time?
No, it doesn't.
Exactly. So,
Yeah, but I'm willing to lose a project if I know that the quality of the project is going to be compromised anyway. Why would I be part of it if they're not serious about it?
whatever the role, what is your expectation of that female lead?
To be serious about what they're doing and to have the talent to pull it off. Just because you look good, that's not a good enough reason to be cast in anything, but that is a big reason here in this industry. How many followers you have on TikTok or Instagram is a big reason. What you look like is a big reason. So yeah, so people think they have a lot of fans, so the movie will pull a lot of fans, they'll make money. But then they'll go because they're like a fan of this person, they'll see the movie is shit, they're not gonna go watch a movie from this director again. So
If you look at yourself from the outside, what would the factors be that are indicative of your success as an actor? Looking at yourself from the outside, TikTok followers, Instagram followers, Facebook followers.
You're not a social media fan, right?
I maintain an Instagram account, also Facebook, like my personal friends are on there. I have a public Facebook account. These are just for work and for people people who are fans.
connect.
My fans
Yeah.
are I don't have many fans, but they actually like me. You know what I mean?
Why
They're
do
not
you
there.
Not have many fans?
Huh?
Why do you not have many fans?
I don't know. But the few I have, they're actually serious about it and they actually appreciate me for what I do.
Genuine fans.
See, you have people who have 1 million followers, 500,000 of them are just there to make fun of them or put bad comments or just they like to. Entertainment, it's entertainment. So I'm proud that the fans that I have are genuine people who actually like my work. So, or maybe I'm wrong, but that's how I feel right now.
What have you not done so far as an actor? Like any role or any character that you think, oh, I can do this at my
Let me
best?
put it this way, I don't think I've done 10% of what I can do.
Yeah.
Because there are not many good scripts. In the last 10 years, there have not been many good scripts. There have not been good enough roles that could actually showcase what an actor can do. it's all on the surface because there's no money in the industry. You find a producer, you put a script together real quick because we had to shoot before the producer leaves. So, but there are exceptions. People I've worked with, Laka Dharmaratna, the current film that's running Valampuri, Perfectionist, Chatra Veeraman, working with Mr. Handagama was a dream. Like a lot of people like that, I've worked with really good directors who are serious about what they do. But yeah, there are so many things that I haven't
Will
done.
you ever get into script writing or direction? Or?
I will, yeah. That's right now. That's the only hope.
Oh.
What do we hope?
Because like you can
make your
sit
own
around,
movies, yeah.
you can sit around waiting for the type of character you want, and if that's not happening, you're not getting any younger. So either you find somebody to write the type of story you want, and then find producers and direct it yourself, and that's something that will happen in the future.
Talking of Handagama Rani, your character was not a main one, but it was a fairly significant one. Looking back, did you do justice to that human being?
Good question. I can't answer that, Kumar, because I can't be the judge of that.
But you feel inside you. See,
Yeah.
we always evaluate ourselves
Yeah.
also.
If you ask me, did I do a good enough job for me to be satisfied? I think I did in the parameters that I was given, because it's not easy to portray someone living in one scene, or somebody who's an actual person. You have to bring out all their characteristics to convince the audience that this is that person, and it's not easy to do that in one scene. And especially this person, Mangala Samaravira, the portrayal was of him in the late 80s, early 90s. And the Mangala that a lot of us know is the big politician who is like properly into politics, who talks big and does a lot of things. And that's not the Mangala that we portrayed in the film.
Exactly.
And I haven't seen any visuals of him from back then. You
Yes,
guys
yes.
know
Yeah.
him. I don't, because you guys
So we
were in the
saw the
fashion
early
industry.
one.
Yeah, so I had to sort of take a bit from the Mangala we know and a bit from the one we didn't know and bring it to a middle place, but also use some of the ways he speaks, his mannerisms, the space between words, the slight lisp he has.
This Lispy head and the darling.
Yeah. So these little things I had to bring in and hope that it works. And the feedback has been good. So
Yeah.
that's the only way you can judge if it was good or not. But like, see, people close to Mangala. I had a friend who was a niece of Mangala's, and she's like, we were just laughing through the entire thing, man. I mean, Mangala didn't do this, Mangala never did this, Mangala. I'm like, I'm sorry. So when you have a person who really knew him, like
Yes.
family, they'll be like, dude, this is not how he was. I'm like, I'm sorry, I did the best I could. No,
You
that
can't
happens.
replicate
can't.
1,000%, can you? You can't do
And
that.
also, it can very easily be a joke,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
There are some things that when we're imitating someone, we try to blow up, make a caricature out of it. So it's very
Exaggerate
easily,
a little bit, yeah.
So that was tough, and I think I achieved a balance where it didn't go over. I think.
I know you wouldn't be able to give me a proper answer, but what is the most difficult thing about acting?
I think, see, the most difficult thing, the most challenging thing is the best thing about it as well. If it's not difficult, if it's not a challenge, then might as well not do it, right? I think the biggest challenge is to let go of yourself in that moment.
You're not you anymore.
Yeah, you're not. And you can't be acting, you can't be saying a line, you have to feel it. And that's why your co-star is very important also. If that person is like doing this big scene, they've practiced from home and come there, this is how I'm going to play it, and they do this. It's all about give and take, right? So if you're not lost in that moment, if you're not 100% that character in that moment, on the big screen, it's going to be visible. So for
So
me,
who
that's
is the
biggest
best co-star you had so
challenge.
far?
I can't pick one. There's been a lot.
Difficult?
Yeah, because like in the recent past, Priyanta Sirikumara, Sarat Kotolawala, genius. Those guys are genius.
The worst one?
How can he mention that?
Started
If he can't mention the best, how is he going to mention the worst?
I've been in a few films, at one big film in particular, where one of the mains was not that great, and it actually, while in the scene, I was thinking, what are you doing? Why are you doing this kind of thing? So, happens.
You feel sorry for yourself for
Yes.
accepting.
Yes. Yeah.
Do you think that you will have a chance globally? I know you just did something, but a bigger chance globally in the
I'd
future?
like to hope so. I'd like to hope so. So I've always believed that we have a lot of talent, talented actors, directors, anybody in the field who can actually make it in Hollywood. It's just that our industry is too small for us to take that next step. So when I was in Australia, I actually had connections with Hollywood directors and producers. I had offers, but I couldn't go because of circumstances at that time. So I had this thing, maybe I should go there and start from scratch and do it. Or then I thought, when I moved back here, there were a lot of young directors doing really good stuff. Instead of the same old Raja Katha and Bana Katha and all this stuff, they were doing real stuff. They'd gone overseas, studied young directors. So I wanted to be part of that movement. And then the plan was do something good here, take that product, take Sri Lanka to Hollywood. Not to go to Hollywood and try and make it. So that goal is still there. Do stuff that's good enough for us to be considered in the main category at the Oscars. So that dream is still alive and it's going to happen.
So your first film was Road to Elephant Pass, Chandran. He saw you in Blood Brothers and picked you up. Your two own brothers are very fair, you said.
Yeah.
And you are the darker one.
I'm the black sheep in the family.
Yeah, the
in
black
every
sheep
sense.
as well. So I think you really hit the screen in that film by showing your, as you said, black buttocks. And
Yeah, he spoke about this as soon as we jotted your name down for the interview. He's
This
like,
is how you know you've made it as an actor. You act your ass off in a film for 2
you have gas
hours,
up in the film, yes.
and then you focus on that
Ashan,
one
I
scene.
watched the movie. I can't remember that.
There you go. Thank you, Rozanne.
Because you fall
Thank you.
asleep. I mean,
No, but when that is out, how will you fall asleep? But I can't. That is not like.
You're paying money, okay? And you need to watch the movie from beginning to end. You can't fall asleep. No, you don't go to the toilet. No, I watched the movie.
Yeah, I had friends who were
I
like
looked at each
jolted
other.
back, like, what did I just see?
Yeah, I
Why
closed
did
my
you
two
do
children's
that?
eyes. Like, they were like small. I said, no. At 5 seconds. Right?
But
Thank
you
God
can't
it was
remember
5
the
seconds.
female lead.
Yeah, I did.
You did? Okay.
Yeah, she had this diaphanous thing clinging to her body out of the water.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What else you want to ask me about the film?
No, nothing.
Let's get Chandran on the show the next time.
Yeah, ask Chandran why he.
Why do you owe
exposed-
Chandran? What do you owe Chandran?
What do I owe him?
Yeah, Ashan. What does Ashan the actor owe Chandran?
Oh man, I owe my entire career to him. Honestly, because I thought I'll never work in film. I'd given up that idea. So Chandran and Nihara actually seeing Blood Brothers and wanting to give me a role in the film was the start of all this. So I owe this entire thing to them. But then there are things that led me to that path, to that point. So I owe a lot of people as well. Like starting from Yvette Casper's, my elocution, speech and drama teacher, to Jerome
D'Souza.
to Nirmala, my school drama teacher, and Jerome getting me into workshop players, and from workshop players, Chandran seeing me. A lot of people. But Chandran was instrumental in getting me into film, and I'd forever be in his debt for that.
Can an actor just go and be an actor in front of a camera, TV or film, or would he need to be on stage and learn the basics, the physical basics of acting? You had both basically. So did that help you? Or how
It
much?
did help me, yeah. So, two things to that question, Kumar. Yes, somebody can just go on screen and act. You don't need training. You don't need to have been on stage. If you have it in you, you can just go and do it, right? That doesn't mean that person is going to fail just because he doesn't have an education or hasn't been on stage. He could just be naturally brilliant. But having an education or having been on stage, learning the discipline, learning to respect the craft, and learning to work on it, that is a definite plus point. So if you just go in front of a camera and you're naturally good, you will be good, but you'll never be as good as you can be without the training and discipline. So once you know, hey, this is something I can do, you should go back, read up on it, practice, get on stage if you can. So it goes both ways. You can't say, this bugger just came in and just went in front of a camera and he can't do it. He can.
Do you still brew good coffee?
Given the chance, yes.
How about
He had a question about tea. So you are a coffee lover. What if your partner doesn't drink coffee?
yes? What if you're in a relationship, live-in relationship, and
She
your
only likes
she
tea.
only loves tea, and the smell of coffee turns her off completely. She prohibits coffee in the house. What will you do? How would you handle it?
I will
Kick
make,
her out or kick?
No, I will make a little table outside the back door and have
In
my
the balcony,
coffee machine.
maybe.
Have my coffee machine there.
You go out.
And I will make sure I learn how exactly she likes her tea, and I will get really good at making that tea.
Okay, we thought otherwise.
No, I didn't think anything. He's the one who's thinking a lot of things.
Listen, it depends on do you love your coffee or your partner more?
Exactly, compromise.
Simple as that.
So, looking at you, talking to you, I think you're a full package: looks, voice, smile, acting, everything.
package,
What do you see in our younger generation actors? I mean, actors after you. I mean, you're also this generation, but the actors after you, do you see them as a full package, or do you think that they should improve, or maybe what's your take
Do
on
they
that?
shortcut it?
It's not their fault, but there is a big shortcut right now because people coming into the industry wanting to be famous, wanting to be seen on TV or film, because
Instantly.
instantly, because of social media and because of reality TV, it's become very easy now. So you come on a reality TV program, you're a good singer, you make it to the finals in some
Dancer,
channels, a
if you're a good
dancer,
dancer, yeah.
and it's part of the channel's job to market this person,
Promote them.
for them to make money, for the channel to make money. The more you market this person, even if he's a singer, they will take this person into their next drama. You're instantly an actor,
Yeah,
right?
overnight.
So that is what's happening a lot now. Doesn't mean to say that they're not talented, but their journey is easier, so they don't take it seriously. They will be overnight stars. They will be in the most popular teledrama or the most popular movie of that month or two. But then, if they want to sustain their journey, they have to take it seriously.
Long term, it doesn't work long term.
It doesn't work because the moment you're not popular enough, the channel is going to drop you.
Sure.
The moment
get
your looks
stagnated,
change,
yeah.
the moment you let yourself go a little bit, you put on a little bit of weight, channel is going to drop you. Nobody loves anybody in this industry. Everybody's getting something from somebody. So you got to
Yeah, why do
maintain.
we
Nothing
have-
comes free.
Why we have him on the show? We want his followers to follow us. So they're using.
No, you love me.
No, that's there. Of course, we love you. But we're also using you. Isn't it? We discussed this yesterday.
What's
So Ashan
in it
followers
for
like
the
this.
future of Ashan?
Like කරන්න, share කරන්න, follow
Kian,
කරන්න,
kian, kian, අපි අපි kian.
subscribe කරලා තියාගන්න.
Oh, my bad. What's in the future for Ashan?
Hopefully projects that inspire me, that challenge me, and hopefully projects where we can actually take Sri Lanka to the global stage. It's happening now. I mean, Ilango's Tentigo,
Yeah.
Nelum Kulana has already been bought by 7 countries, translated into 7 languages. He's already made the Tamil film, the South Indian film. The Hindi film is being made. It's already on Netflix. So things are happening.
Yeah.
Lot of young
And I think
people
the
doing good
audience
stuff.
also is now
Yeah.
wrapping it.
Yeah. People have been complaining that Sri Lanka's cinema industry is dead. They're not going to cinemas, only watching South Indian movies, only watching
There are
Hollywood movies.
sparks. There are sparks.
Now,
I think good quality cinemas
Yeah.
in Sri Lanka also has helped a
correct.
lot.
Yeah. So the content is improving. The directors are improving. The theaters are improving. So hopefully,
So you wish you started a little bit earlier, or
no. Again, like I said, Rozanne, I don't regret
Anything.
the journey. I wish we had better projects to work on. I wish directors would look at talent and not looks and followers. I wish. Like this current film, Lakmal Dharmaratna, I've always said is one of the best directors I've worked with. He's a perfectionist. The lead in this film, Priyantha Sirikumara,
Yeah.
right? In the past, he would never have been considered for a main role because of the way he looks. He's not a star. He doesn't have followers.
yeah, not that perfect body. Yeah.
But he was the lead in Tentigo. He's the lead in Valampuri. He's one of the best actors this country has. And now people are embracing him. People are talking about him 24/7. This is a good change. And like if you go on like this, good people, the people who should be appreciated, will be appreciated and get better roles. Directors will do better movies. And we will, Sri Lanka will finally make its mark in Hollywood.
You never did a teledrama.
I did. I did 2.
You didn't like it.
I start off liking it. I say I don't want to do it, but then the director is good, the script is good, and they tell me like, no, we are very serious about this. We are gonna go from A to B and finish it off.
Finish it, yeah.
But once it starts gaining popularity, then the channel takes over and they want to drag it on. So then, what's the point? So now I'm like,
You quit or you died.
I asked them to kill me off.
Oh.
Yeah. So now, if they approach me for a teledrama, I said, are you going to shoot it at a stretch? Is the script finished?
Yeah.
Are you going to shoot it without stopping, starting? Because I don't do 2 projects at the same time. But people in the teledrama industry, they shoot 1 episode for 1 show today and in the evening go and do another one.
Complete different
yeah.
characters, yes.
So that's how what you need to do
Is
to
that good or
survive.
bad?
It's
It's it's good in a way because you have to do that to survive as an actor. It's
Otherwise-
bad. It's bad because you're not going to
No
be
quality
serious
in it,
about
yeah.
either role.
But did you all both know that in the 1970s, when Leslie Spears did Nidhania, seriously seminal masterpiece, it was ranked as one of the 100 best films in the world
Right.
in the centenary of the world's cinema in the 1990s. So 1970s, Kamini and Malini used to shoot Nidhania, serious film. And the next day they go to Norelia and they run around the Mulberry bushes, all those romantic sort of commercial film.
Yeah.
They switched from this with ease and no one even noticed it. That's talent.
Yeah, there is talent. I guess, but like even at that time, Kumar, okay, so Nidane and this, I'm sure that was not the
That's an
norm.
exception,
That's an
yeah.
exception. Here it's
But
like,
they pulled it off. This
Yeah.
They're
but-
professionals.
and here it's like 5 different days, 5 different teledramas. So how do you be true to one role?
Sometimes they bring the elements of that
similarity.
character into this also, yeah. So
It's not their fault. You have to do it, and people are good enough to pull it off. There's so many actors who do it, and they're good. But I can't.
it's a
So I
personal
don't.
choice,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm such a bad actor. I used to read news on ITN years ago and do fan club.
Yeah, I remember
So
Fan
one
Club.
day there
Who
was-
else remembers Fan Club? Who else remembers Bonsoir? My
Here's the
God.
story. So I used to do this major fan club thing and change clothes.
And
one
do the
day-
Poet Day program
And
also.
one day I read news like fan club and I was sacked from news.
No way.
Because I forgot to switch off. I was
Yeah.
in that party mode.
Yeah.
I was out.
Yeah.
Bad
There you go.
actor.
There you go.
Right, Ashan. So last question. If you look into the future, the 70-year-old, 75-year-old Ashan, who doesn't have much work, would he be a sad person?
I don't think Ashan will be 75 ever.
You'll want to go before that.
Yeah.
Are you like me? Okay.
Yeah. And I don't think, if I am alive, I don't think I'll be a sad person at that
No roles, no films, nothing. It's like a Sandhya Rani in Akasa person.
Yeah, but like right now, even now, Kumar, like I talk about the roles I want. I talk about wanting to take Sri Lanka to Hollywood. I talk about wanting to win an Oscar and all that stuff. But I'm on a journey right now of letting go. Like none of this makes sense to me anymore. Like I know acting is my passion. I know that's one thing that makes sense. But again, you circle back. Why do I like acting? I like to do something and hear people say, hey, that was a good job. You want validation, right? That's a little bit of stimulation that you look for. Everything's like that. Food, music, travel, TV, sex, anything. It's just that little bit of stimulus that you're looking for to make sense of your existence.
You're in your early 40s and you talk like this.
Yeah,
What's
because
your
I'm.
legacy, Asha?
I think I've been through.
Exactly.
I've been through stuff that I'm realizing that okay, easiest path is to keep letting go and be happy with nothing. And so, if I am alive at 75, I'll probably be at some mountain. Hopefully, my cats will still be alive.
Cats.
So before we close now, we have to close now. Andapala and Gelato are his faithful cats. He's an avid cat lover. They are his life, and they got lost, and he was distraught like for a few days, but back again. So, Ashan, thank you very much for being our guest. The usual closing lines. Wonderful as always talking to you.
Thank you.
I did not talk about the boat from Nigambo to
You
Colombo.
just
I
did.
did not say.
You just did.
But no one knows why. What's
The boat
past
from
and
Nigambo.
forward.
Very bad actor.
Thanks for
Thank
having
you
me.
so
guys.
much. It's the first time I'm talking to you
Yeah.
in person, and it's great to get to know this
Yeah.
fabulous package. Ashan.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. So next week, another time, another guest, another show from the both of us.
Adios.